Probably the very first question that charter school authorizers ask themselves in reviewing charter school applications for approval to grant a charter to operate a public charter school is, will students in this proposed school learn to read and read well? If the answer to that question is negative, there isn't anything else to consider. Reading is the gateway to all other academic learning. Most major roles in human society require high levels of reading skills. Being able to read well opens the door to most other learning and professions. Charter school boards and charter school administrators must understand reading and what is required to teach students how to read and read well. The debates between phonics-based reading systems versus whole language reading systems should be understood. Charter school boards and charter school administrators should have a basic working understanding of reading leveling systems like Lexile and DRA, AR, SRL, and GRL. Reading leveling systems examine text in books and assign a reading level based upon text difficulty levels. Students should read books within their reading level to master the difficulties within their range of reading, and they should read in the upper level of their range so that they're challenged and will develop the skills to move to the next level. There are literally probably hundreds of new reading programs to choose from, and everyone has a sales pitch for you to use their reading program. Charter school boards and school administrators must develop the capacity to sift through the options and choose a reading program that will best serve their students. Your first question should be, what is the actual evidence there is, for the reading program that's being proposed, and will that reading program work with your particular students? Other factors like staff training, costs, technical support, and reading materials will also play a part in your decision. You must examine your state's reading standards or English language arts standards for the grade levels your school will serve. Many early grade programs focus on students gaining phonemic awareness as the foundation of reading. There are also reading programs that focus on whole language that have had excellent results. To get you started in your learning journey into reading, you may want to simply Google reading programs like Orton Gillingham, Fontes and Pinnell, Wilson Reading System, SRA Reading, and perhaps explore the works of Lucy Calkin and get her views on the science of reading. The Success Academies in New York have developed a concept called Think Literacy, where charter school students have consistently scored at the top on the state reading tests in the state of New York. It is not our purpose to endorse any particular reading program. Our goal is to get you to think about what you are going to do as a charter school leader to ensure that your students learn to read and read well. We can say that we have observed that any reading program you select must be implemented with integrity. A half-hearted attempt at using a reading program is not likely to have good results for your students. Training of teachers and staff, access to technical support, and culturally and age-appropriate materials are critical. We've seen local school districts select a popular reading program without having conducted a proper investigation of the implementation, and see the reading program fall apart because the school district did not realize that additional expenses, were associated with implementation, and they didn't plan a budget for it. Using sound judgment in selecting a reading program is very important. And don't fear if you have to rely on experts. The critical issue is, number one, you must understand how important reading is to your students, and you must come up with a responsible and effective methodology and way to ensure that your students come out of your charter school as excellent readers.